Good evening, everyone. Small businesses across the nation are facing an unprecedented economic disruption from the coronavirus outbreak. In fact, many owners are applying for loans to make it through these hard times. Others have not been as fortunate. Our Cash Matlock talks with local industry insiders, has more on the story.
In times of financial uncertainty, there aren't many resources for small businesses. However, in Northeast Mississippi, many seek guidance from the Small Business Development Center at MSU.
I've counseled probably about 35 different businesses in the last several weeks, and a lot of those are pretty extensive conversations, so that's a large amount. It's just at record levels for us in a short period of time.
Director Chip Templeton says a lot of his counseling revolves around something called the Small Business CARES Act, which is broken down into two parts. The first part is the Paycheck Protection Program.
That's something they can get from the SBA to help them primarily with their payroll over a period of time.
The second part is an Economic Injury Disaster Loan.
It's basically a 3.75% interest rate for a determined number of years, and you kind of show what you want it for.
Odie Keene has worked at Western Auto in Louisville for a number of years. He's seen firsthand the effects the virus has had on local businesses.
There's so many of my buddies that's got businesses that closed and not making payroll that it's pretty tough on them. I can't hardly even understand how they're making it.
Western Auto, however, can't keep inventory in stock.
Booming here for sure. We've been really busy. To be perfectly honest, we don't have a freezer to sell in this store. Our refrigerators, that I can't get any more for at least a month.
Sadly, not everyone can relate. Templeton says business owners will have to make some tough decisions over the next few months.
The main thing you want to do is keep yourself going and be realistic to know when you should decide that you don't need to be in business anymore.
But for the most part, he's remaining positive.
In my business life, I have probably lived through about 3 of these things. I would say they're very similar to it, meaning I have confidence we can get through it.
Now, both loans have aspects that may be forgiven over time. If you'd like to seek counseling from the Small Business Development Center at MSU, visit our website, WCBI.com. Meanwhile, commercial property owners in Aberdeen are doing what they can to help small businesses. Some owners of rental property in downtown have given commercial tenants 1 month in free rent. Aberdeen Main Street owns 3 buildings in the downtown area and decided to forgive 1 month of rent for its tenants. Other commercial property owners decided to do the same for their tenants, whose businesses have been closed because of COVID-19.
We started asking, and they said, sure. Yeah, that's great. We can help our tenants out. We'll give a month's rent. And one said, but you know what? We can do, we don't know how long this is going to last. But if it helps Aberdeen, we are here to help. And that is really Aberdeen's strength.
This week, some downtown businesses like the Blue Owl have started offering curbside service for its customers. Aberdeen's municipal elections will be delayed once again. Aberdeen aldermen pushed the Democratic primary to June 2nd. If needed, the runoff will be June 16th. The general election is now scheduled for July 7th. City leaders made the move due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This is the second time the election has been moved because of the coronavirus. Fort County Electric Power Association is giving its members longer to answer a broadband survey. The decision was made during the cooperative's April board meeting. In order to get more responses, the deadline to return the survey is now May 22nd. The survey is to gauge the interest of whether customers would want Fort County to enter the internet business and some of those costs that come with the business venture. If you did not receive a survey or lost it, you can request a new one. Fort County says the coronavirus and how it has changed our lives made them change their minds about the deadline.
The COVID-19 pandemic sort of hit about that same time, and so we understand that's disrupted a lot of people's lives, and so we want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to tell us what they think. So we've extended the survey to May 22nd.
Those who respond will be eligible to win prizes from the cooperative. The results of the survey will be announced at 4 County's annual meeting on June 4th and live streamed on social media.
Some rain building into the region this afternoon. A live view of our radar here. We have some wet weather, especially along and west of 55 down towards Philadelphia. Some steadier rain, some embedded thunder and lightning in this, and some stronger storms down here in Louisiana. All of this is gradually moving east, northeast, and then will fill back in as we go throughout the evening and overnight hours. So we're in the 60s right now in many spots, and temperatures will gradually hover down to around 60 later on tonight. But rain and thunderstorms becoming more and more likely, especially later tonight. And there's still an outside chance for some strong to severe storms around here, probably after midnight. More of a damaging wind and heavy rain threat overall. The tornado threat, if you're concerned about that, relatively low with this particular setup, and that's certainly good news. But we'll be watching this complex of rain and storms as it moves across our region tonight. Your full forecast coming up.
Mississippi is nearing 5,000 COVID-19 cases. The State Department of Health confirms 178 new cases of the virus today. 10 deaths are also being reported. The death toll now stands at 193. Most of the deaths from the virus are in the 60 to 69 age range. Over 53,000 Mississippians have been tested for COVID-19. The health department says 59% of positive cases are women. The latest numbers from the Mississippi State Department of Health shows Monroe County with 99 confirmed cases of the coronavirus and 9 deaths. Those are among the highest numbers in the WCBI viewing area. Allie Martin has more from Monroe County.
With a statewide shelter-in-place order and other mandates limiting the size of public gatherings, enforcement falls to police or sheriff's departments. Monroe County Sheriff Kevin Crook says his deputies are doing the best they can to keep the public safe and also dealing with new issues because of the coronavirus.
Traffic went down for a week or two there at the beginning, but it's been pretty much normal here for the last 2 or 3 weeks.
The sheriff is concerned about the high number of cases in Monroe County, and that concern runs throughout the community. Shelley Bowen owns the Blue Owl, a gift and home decor store in downtown Aberdeen. She also lives in Monroe County and says the higher than expected COVID-19 cases are very troubling.
Everyone I know is trying to stay at home and not get out as much and just do what we're supposed to be doing. But I know there's some that, aren't taking it as serious as others maybe.
The sheriff recently took to Facebook encouraging people to follow CDC guidelines, and he also asked the public to let his office know if someone with the coronavirus was not practicing self-quarantine. Still, there is limited information for his deputies.
We're really just going on, their word. Hopefully they're honest with us if they've got it or not. If they do, of course, we would offer to escort them back to their home, wherever they're supposed to be quarantined, and if they fail to comply with that, then they would be failure to comply with a lawful order, and we would bring them here and house them.
The sheriff is hopeful that even after the statewide shelter-in-place order is lifted, folks in Monroe County will be vigilant, cautious, and use common sense. In Aberdeen, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
Now, the sheriff says he has not had to arrest anyone with COVID-19 for refusing to self-isolate. As coronavirus cases climb in Mississippi, State Health Officer Dr. Thomas Dobbs says Mississippians are helping flatten the curve, but urges everyone to not let their guard down just yet. At today's briefing, Governor Tate Reeves updated the public on the state's plans to begin reopening. Just this week, the governor opened up Mississippi beaches and lakes and lifted some restrictions on non-essential businesses. Some good news, the number of patients who were on ventilators has gone down from 128 to 80. The governor also announced how you can help donate and help people who are struggling financially or running low on essential needs.
It's a partnership between the Mississippi Commission for Volunteer Service and the Community Foundation for Mississippi. The team there is identifying local organizations doing boots on the ground work. They're getting food, medical supplies, soap, hand sanitizer, shelter, clothing, or a little money to people who desperately need it just to get by.
It will support local efforts, and you can do that by going to formississippi.org. We'll have a link to where you can donate on our website, WCBI.com. One of those patients who has come off of a ventilator was at North Mississippi Medical Center in Tupelo, but now she's home. Maggie Carroll of Cotton Plant was discharged from the hospital after spending 13 days on the ventilator. Carroll was admitted March 26. Her only symptom at the time was tightness in her chest. Carroll says she feels great and can stand up on her own now. She's warning others who think that COVID-19 isn't as bad as doctors say to mask up because it's real. The University of Mississippi Medical Center will have 2 local sites for COVID-19 testing. The Oxford Conference Center will host a one-day event on Friday, April 24th. A second one-day testing site will be Saturday, April 25th at Fairview Baptist Church in Columbus. UMMC and the State Department of Health are doing the testing. The sites are for people who are screened as high risk for having COVID-19 and are open by appointment only. The fastest way to get screened is through the C Spire Health app, or you can call 601-496-7200. Pickens County is reporting its first death in the COVID-19 pandemic. The West Alabama County is reporting 43 confirmed coronavirus cases. Lamar County is still reporting 9. More than 5,400 Alabamians have tested positive for COVID-19. At least 178 people across the state have died. 730 are hospitalized. The Alabama Department of Health is reporting that more than 48,000 people have been tested for the virus. Coronavirus has already shut down school campuses for the spring. Now it's having an impact on many summer plans. We preview camp season when we come back.
You're watching WCBI's News at 6 with Joey Barnes.
Welcome back, everyone. This is the time of year when many kids start deciding which summer camps they'll choose. COVID-19 is challenging how and even if camps will open in just a few short months, leaving those summer programs in jeopardy. WCBI's Bobby Martinez has more on what Mississippi State University has in the works.
Summer programs are an opportunity where a student can better their craft or even pick up a new skill. And with COVID-19 in full effect, programs at Mississippi State University might be in jeopardy.
These camps for many students is their first exposure to a college campus and B, to our college campus.
From science to music and even sporting camps, MSU hosts a variety of opportunities for current and potential students. The university's chief communication officer, Sid Salter, says this pandemic continues to change how the university operates and the people who will soon fill up the classrooms.
It's had an impact on those on campus who provide the staffing for these camps, and it's obviously affected the most important person to Mississippi State, and that's our students and our future students and their families.
Salter says summer programs for students is very important to the university and for potential students looking for the right college.
These camps, it hurts us in future recruiting efforts, and you've got young people coming in here as young as 10 years old, and so it's important, and we value the camps both for the knowledge that's imparted, particularly on the ag side, but also the experience.
Salter says many programs have been canceled, and the possibility of some programs going virtual is still up in the air.
While a virtual experience would be better than nothing, it's not fair to the young person or to their family who's paying to attend these camps to try to do it virtually. But if we're forced to moving forward, just as we've been able to successfully develop online delivery of academic content, then we will certainly expand.
Reporting in Starkville, Bobby Martinez, WCBI News.
All right, Keith. Well, looking like another stormy night around here.
Some wet weather, some storms coming our way. We'll clear it out a little bit for tomorrow. Joey, a few showers may be lingering here, 78 degrees, 80 on Friday. A chance for more evening storms, but I can tell you this, the weekend, for the first time in the last couple of weeks, is actually looking decent for a change. We'll talk about it coming up next.
WCBI First Alert AccuWeather Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
We'll start out this evening with a view in downtown Louisville, Mississippi, 66 degrees, and we are overcast. We have some light showers and some steadier showers developing across North Mississippi at this time. But in general, going into this evening, not too active around here. Up in Tupelo, 62, we are mostly cloudy. The wind fairly light at this time, but it will gradually increase as we go throughout the evening and overnight hours. Now, temperatures are, for the most part, upper 50s, low 60s. Fairly stable here. So we've got some stable air, not a lot of crazy weather going on. Yes, we have some steadier rain here. Bruce, Grenada, Winona, just to the west of Louisville, out into the Delta. Occasionally some thunder and lightning in this, and this will gradually overspread the region as we go throughout the evening hours. There's some bigger storms down here in Louisiana and Texas and Oklahoma, and some of those will continue shifting east into our region during the night. Now, the storm spin potential, atmospheric energy, and some wind shear, the best chance of rotating storms. Notice how these brighter colors will tend to stay just off to our south tonight and then regenerate tomorrow. So we may actually get bypassed by a lot of really active weather tonight. However, we are still looking at the possibility for some wind and some heavy rainfall that could lead to flooding. I think heavy rain is probably the biggest threat. Wind, the secondary threat, hail, and the tornado risk relatively low in this setup here. But we'll watch it during the night. We don't want to see any more rain. Some of you could get 2, 3, maybe up to 4 inches of rain over the next 24 hours. And we have this flash flood watch now in effect for most of the area. So we just do not need any rain. Have the WCBI News app on your mobile device. It will send you a push alert if we do get some warnings. Have your weather radio, just in case we get a warning during the overnight hours. Of course, we'll continue to monitor the trends all evening long. After midnight, probably the better chance for a big batch of gusty storms if we're going to get it. But, you know, there are some models that take the strongest storm south of I-20 tonight. So we're not guaranteed any severe weather here. We'll be watching it, though. Tomorrow, early afternoon, there could be some more redevelopment just to our east. We'll have to watch that. Some of those could briefly perk up, but I think most of that will likely be just to our east. And then the clouds will go away tomorrow night. Most of our Friday is actually looking pretty good. There could be some late storms in the evening hours right here. We'll have to monitor yet another system coming our way. Here's your 7-day forecast. 78 tomorrow, windy. Very windy tomorrow. There you go. Your weekend forecast, lower 70s Saturday and Sunday. Comfortable days, rather. Cooler nights, lows in the 40s. Joey?
North Mississippi Festival favorite will go on, but it will be a little different this year. We take a look when we come back. Welcome back, everyone. A beloved annual Tupelo event is moving to a new venue this year, and you won't have to travel very far to get there. Tupelo Elvis Fest is going virtual. Event organizers announcing today that due to the COVID-19 pandemic, all public events are canceled. Instead, attendees can visit Tupelo virtually each day of the fest by visiting the event's website. The event will still be held June 3rd through the 7th. A schedule is expected to be released in the coming weeks. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is using closings due to the coronavirus to make improvements to its campgrounds. Blue Bluff Recreation Area now has new wood stairs. Workers are replacing the wood tables and trimming limbs all across the area. The Pickinsville campground is also getting improvements. Workers are cutting dead pine trees and removing them to help campers stay safe while they're there. Although Governor Tate Reeves has reopened state parks, the Tin Tom is a federal waterway. That means the campgrounds will remain closed until May 17th. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Some rain and storms in the region. We're watching this bigger batch down in Louisiana. Also some storms back to the west. All that slides through tonight. Joy will keep you updated as the evening goes on.
All right. Thanks, Keith. Thank you for joining us.